Hello, my tubies, my TikTokers, and my Instagrammers. This is Mood. If you want to know the color of this lipstick, this is the Mood lipstick. You can get it on Amazon. It's based on whatever you're feeling, whatever you are, your feelings. It turns whatever color based on what you're feeling. It's called Mood lipstick. I like it because it's like Vaseline. Keeps your lips nice and moist. Tell me something. Are black men too scared to compete with other races of men? Maybe it's because they're so busy trying to compete against their own race and their own nation of women. Well, there's a man here who feels that black men, they are way too scared to compete with other men. Take a listen. This is for educational purposes. I'll come back with my commentary. Hold on.
Trigger warning. If you're easily offended, this is your opportunity to leave quietly now. Those of you that stuck around, I'm going to say something that is going to piss a lot of people off. This may piss off some men and women. Black men en masse are afraid to compete with their competition. They are afraid to compete with white men, Asian men, Indian men, Hispanic, all of that. They are afraid to compete against other races of men. This is exactly why we're so far behind as a race en masse now. But don't take my word for it. Don't listen to me. Listen to the father to a lot of these modern men, or I'm sorry, as y'all called him, the Godfather.
Where do you rank against men? All men. Because here's the reality of it. Black men, you're not special. We're not special. At the end of the day, there is a ranking. Everyone has to deal with prejudice. Everyone has to deal with some sort of ism. The goal of any man is to make yourself powerful enough to where it does not affect you. Like it or not, for the 36 guys who this triggered, you have no power.
That's simple. If that statement triggers you, you have no power. Where do you rank amongst all men? One of the greatest problems in black culture today is that men have this thing. We have this sort of reverse role of responsibility. We are supposed to be the leaders. We are supposed to be the protectors. We are supposed to be the providers. Yet somehow, some way, when it comes to our children, our boys in particular, reading at a fourth grade level, that's single mother's fault. When it comes to our boys practicing criminality at higher rates, going into gangs, all of those stuff that men can influence and change, oh, it's black women's fault. It's single mother's fault. Let me tell you something. A woman only becomes a single mother when a man is absent in the life of the child. Period. Point blank in the story. Here is where people, and here's where I get pissed. You cannot complain about the lack of results in the black community if you yourself are not putting in the work to make yourself a leader, protector, and provider. Period, point blank in the story. And where we are going to stay behind is if we allow the black system to operate within this country, continue to operate as it has been for the past 200 plus years. Daniel Patrick Moynihan stated that due to slavery and various other factors, the black community has operated as a subcultural matriarchy where women have the majority of the power in the foundational structure of society, which is the family unit, the nuclear family. If all we have in the black community are the majority of single mother homes, and you see how that affects children. You cannot blame women for doing the absolute best they can without the presence of the man that helped to produce these children. If the children are our future, it is up to us as men to guide and steer that. So where do you rank amongst all men? Where do you rank? That's the key question. Are you willing to do the work to answer it, though?
Tell me, what lie have he spoken? Like, you have a lot of these black men who sit around and talk about black women are nothing but a bunch of single mamas and baby mamas. Yeah, who's making them like that, though? You know, she didn't sit up there and get pregnant alone. And he's making nothing but a lot of sense when it comes to black men not being able to compete against other races of men. My thing is they're too busy. There are viral crimes, twisted crimes. Check it out on YouTube. That's what they're doing, okay? That's what they're busy doing. Instead of bettering themselves, instead of taking the lead as like spiritual, financial, being a teacher, a leader, a protector, a provider, no. They're all on viral crimes and twisted crimes, doing stupid stuff like that. Sucking off a crack pipe, can't stop smoking dope, crystal meth, can't keep their eggplant where it belongs, either with your wife, your life partner, your significant other, whatever you want to call it, or it's kept in your pants. And that includes with oral sex as well. Since a lot of them like to say, oh, that's not really cheating. That's what my ex-husband said. That's not cheating. That's just partial. Also, I could go and whip out my vajayjay. I could go whip out my pussy. Excuse my French. I could go whip up my pussy with different men. And, yeah, as long as I'm letting them go down on me, as long as I'm sucking off everybody in the neighborhood, in the community, that's not considered sex, right? It's just oral. I mean, come on. I'm just being friendly after all. This is how stupid a lot of these men want to treat women. That's disrespectful. Anytime you're trying to insult my intelligence, you're disrespecting me. Let me see what some of these comments are saying here. Here they say, brother, your intellectual is kicking out all the nonsense. Okay. Thank you. Another one says, thank you for having the courage to speak the truth. This information seems to be so simple, and it boggles the mind that black men can't seem to comprehend or understand this. It boggles the mind. Okay. Let me see. I'm looking for the longer one. Crazy part is the number of men like Malema, Mugaba, Carvey, or whatever, are going around stopping progression. Let me see what else is said here. But my point is, since men don't want to listen to women, maybe they'll listen to it coming from a man. You think that'll make a difference? You think that'll help wake them up? I doubt it.